Hare Krishna. We are on the 20th verse of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and in this verse we are going to look at two different stories, and we're bringing Hanuman into picture in this particular verse because we are going to look at how and why Hanuman is present on the flag of Arjuna. And so what is the mood, what is the situation that we are in right now? All these two sides, the Pandavas on one side, Kauravas on the other, they are ready for battle. And bugles, conch shells, drums, kettle drums, we saw different things, right? Panavanaka gomukaha. All of this has been blown. And we looked at the different conch shells that were blown by different people. Krishna's conch shell, Arjuna's conch shell, Yudhishthira's conch shell, Bhima, Bhishma, Nakula, Sahadeva, and many other kings that were present there. All of them are blowing their conch shells to show that this is the beginning of the battle. So once this is done, in the previous verse, 19th verse, we looked at how Hridayani Vyadarayat, this conch shell blown by the people on the Pandava side, including Krishna, it shattered the hearts of Duryodhana and others. So in this particular verse, we are going to look at what is happening beyond, after this whole conch shell blowing and everything is happening. Now they need to start the war because conch shells are blown, and that is just like how if we see a basketball or some match, they generally blow the whistle. As soon as the whistle is blown, they know that, okay, this is time for me to start the match. Exactly like that, here the conch shells were blown by all the main people who were Maharathis. Because it's blown, now it's time to start the war. So Arjuna is ready with his bow and arrow to shoot. But in between, suddenly a thought came, and then he's saying, no, I'm thinking right now. So that's where we are. Yeah. So this verse, Atha Vyavasthitan Drishtva Dhartarashtran, Atha, there, right, in that place where all these instruments are being blown, conch shells are being blown, and different people's emotions and thoughts and everything is stirred because they are going to begin the war. At that time, Drishtva, Atha Vyavasthitan Drishtva, there situated, Vyavasthita. Sthita is to be situated. Drishtva, saw, Dhartarashtran. We saw already how the names come up. Dhartarashtran means Dhritarashtra's sons. So who is looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra? Of course, Arjuna is looking. He is on the opposite side, so he's looking at the side of the Kauravas. So Dhartarashtran. Okay, the person who's seated on a chariot which has Kapidwajaha. Dwaja means flag, right? And Dwaja, Kapi means Hanuman. Another name is Kapi. So then Kapi Dwajaha, his chariot, which was marked with a flag containing Hanuman on it. So now where did Hanumanji come and sit on the flag of Arjuna? He's from Ramayana and this is Mahabharata. These are completely two Puranas. How did Hanuman come here? So we have two different interesting pastimes that are said because of which Hanuman is seated in the flag of Arjuna during this war. So the first story goes like this. Arjuna wanted to get celestial weapons. So when he was in search of that, all the other Pandavas just wandered through Badrikashrama. As they were going, suddenly the Alaknanda river brought 1,000-petaled lotus to Draupadi. She looked at it, she immediately grabbed it, and the scent of it and its beauty, 1,000 petals. Can you imagine how beautiful it would have been? So she was extremely attracted to it, and she looked at Bhima and she said, you know what, I want to take this back to Yudhishthir Maharaj Can you please get some more? I'm sure. So they were high up in the Himalayas. So they wanted, she said, can you please go? So Alaknanda river is flowing from the top of the mountain. So she said, I'm sure if this is coming down, there's something more up there. So she said, could you please get some more so that we can take it to Kamya when we are going back? So Bhima agreed and he ran with his club. He picked his club and he started running up the mountains. So much noise, so much roar that all the elephants, lions, all these ferocious animals which would scare other smaller animals were scared of this roar of Bhima, and they were all running away. And as he was moving these trees to run above in the mountains, he was literally uprooting these trees. That's how much strength Bhima had, just running and pushing. So as he was running, suddenly there was a monkey which was lying on his way, which stopped all his running. So now that there is a barrier, he stopped there and then he told the monkey, please move aside. I have to go. I have a mission to achieve. So the monkey said, that may not be possible because you see, I'm so old and I can't move. Besides that, he's saying, why are you roaring so loudly? Why are you disturbing the peace of this forest? Just sit down, sit peacefully and have some fruits with me. Bhima is saying, don't make me angry. Just move out of my way, because I am on a project to get some lotus flowers. So then monkey is saying, you know what? I'm actually telling you that I'm very old and I'm not able to move. Can you please move me? You move me and then you go on your project. No problem. No one is going to stop you. So Bhima immediately agreed and then he tried to move the monkey. Forget about moving the monkey. He couldn't even move the tail of the monkey. And then he realized that this is not some small, simple monkey. He asked him, who are you? And that's when Hanuman talked about who he was. And Bhima was extremely happy to meet his brother. What do I mean by brother? Right? So if we see, Hanuman is Anjaneya Putra. He's called Anjaneya because he's Anjana's son. So he is Anjaneya. Also, we say Pavana Putra Hanuman ki jai. So who is the father? Pavana Putra. Pavan, Lord of Vayu. Right? So he is Pavan Putra. Who's Bhima? Bhima is also the son of Vayu. So they are brothers. So they were very happy that they met each other, although Hanuman belongs to a different yuga. So now that this has happened, Hanuman showed him that huge form with which he crossed Lanka, and then he told him that he will be present in the flag of Arjuna when all of you will go on a war. And he said, at that time, when you will roar in this war, I will also roar along with you, creating terror in the hearts of the enemies, and you will definitely win. This is the blessing that Hanuman gave Bhima. So this is one reason why Hanuman is present on the flag of Arjuna's chariot. And the second story on the same is, once Arjuna went to Rameshwaram and he looked at this bridge and then he was wondering, he said, why would Lord Rama depend on monkeys to build a bridge? Why couldn't he was very good with arrows. Why couldn't he have built a bridge with just arrows? And there was a little monkey close by and he said, no ways, the bridge would have broken. Arjuna said, no ways, because I can build a bridge which no monkey can break. Really? The monkey said, okay, try building it and I will break it. So Arjuna and this little monkey, they came up with a pact. They said, if you broke the bridge that I'm going to build, then I will commit suicide, Arjuna said. The little monkey said, if I cannot break it, then I will surrender and become your servant. Fine. So the contest started and Arjuna built the bridge and the monkey broke every single time he built the bridge. Every single time. So Arjuna built bigger and bigger and then the monkey broke it every single time. So now Arjuna was very disappointed and then he agreed. He said, yeah, maybe. And then he was going to commit suicide and then a little Brahmana boy came that way and he said, hold on, looks like whatever contest you both are in, it needs a mediator. So he said, I'm going to be the mediator. Now tell me what happened. And both of them explained what the contest was. So the Brahmana boy said, okay, now try building the bridge. So Arjuna built the bridge, and the little monkey tried breaking the bridge. He could not break the bridge. And the monkey expanded and expanded in size more and more and tried breaking the bridge, but he could not. And then the monkey understood that it wasn't any normal Brahmana boy, it was his Lord Rama. And Arjuna looked at him as Krishna, and the Lord told both of them not to come up with contests like this. And after that, the Lord also reminded Hanuman that now you should keep your word towards Arjuna and be present in his flag when he is going for the war. So Hanuman agreed to it, and he said, as you say, Lord Rama. And he told Arjuna that I will be present in your flag and we will make it victorious. So these are the two very interesting pastimes from the Puranas, Ramayana and Mahabharata, where we understand why Hanuman is present in the flag of Arjuna during the Kurukṣetra war. So then, Atha Vyavasthitan, so present, being situated there in this position, Drishtva Dhartarashtran, Arjuna looked at the sons of Dhritarashtra, and Dhartarashtran Kapidwajaha. Okay, Arjuna who was present on the chariot which had Kapidwajaha. And so we understand that presence of Hanuman on the flag is a sign of victory in itself. Why do we say that? Hanuman was serving Lord Rama in the war against Ravana, and Lord Rama emerged victorious. It is not that Rama wouldn't have emerged victorious if Hanuman wasn't there, but the Lord always likes to give his credit to his devotees. So for that reason, also the Lord wants to uphold the fame of Hanuman. So because of that, the Lord is insisting that you should be there. Many times we say, take the blessings of the elders in the family. Take the blessings. So taking blessings, paying obeisances to the elders in the family is such an auspicious activity. It is important. Those days, it used to happen very often. But today, we don't really respect or think that we want to bow down in front of anyone. Right? This is not about our bowing down. This is more about taking blessings from people who are well-wishers of ours. Then, wherever we go, whatever activities we want to perform, whether it is an exam or it is career, you want to get a good job, it is amazing to have the goodwill of those elders. And that's what the Lord is showing here and Arjuna is showing. Hanuman is much, much, much older, wiser, and he's a great devotee. Right? So, Lord Hanuman being present there is one sign. And next, who else is there? Lord Krishna, who is also Lord Rama himself, is also present. And wherever the Lord is, Lord's consort, Sita Devi, is also present, who is the incarnation of Lakshmi herself. Then what happens? 100% there is only victory. So all of these signs beautifully given shows that the victory is on the side of the Pandavas. So now being present there, looking at the Dhritarashtra's sons present, Kapidwajaha pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudhyamya pandavaha. So Arjuna was ready to shoot his arrows at this time, and then what happens? Hrishikesham tada vakyam idam aha mahipate. Mahipate means, Mahi is earth, Pate means the Lord of this earth. Right now, who's Sanjaya talking to at this point? He's talking to Dhritarashtra, who's at this point the king. He's addressing Dhritarashtra as Mahipate, Lord of the earth, and then he's saying, at that time when Arjuna picked up his bow and arrow and he was about to shoot his arrows, idam Hrishikesham tada vakyam. Hrishikesham, towards Krishna, who's Rishikesha. We've seen in the previous verses. The meaning of Rishikesha is, I'm sure you remember, Rishika means senses, Isha means the Lord of the senses. So Arjuna started speaking this way. What way? we will see in the next verse. So to end, the verse is Atha vyavasthitan drishtva dhartarashtran kapidvajah pravritte shastra sampate dhanur udyamya pandavah Rishikesham tada vakyam idamaha mahipate. Hare Krishna.